morning. My name is Emily. I am a visual designer here at Rogers Gardens, and welcome to our live on a Tuesday. Our spring celebration is running through till May 8th, so with that in mind, I'm going to show you how to build up a spring tablescape. So my favorite thing to do during the springtime is dine al fresco. It's a beautiful day today, and I have a gorgeous table. I'm going to use a lot of layers of green, which is one of my favorite colors, and I'm going to add pops of pink. And then I'm going to show you how to make it into an Easter table, perfect for the Easter holiday, using some items that our holiday buyer Crystal used on last week's live. So let's get started. I have this beautiful, very large wood table. It's a farmhouse table. I typically don't like using tablecloths if the table is this beautiful. I love to see the wood and the imperfections of a wood table, but because I'm making a spring table, I want a lot of color, so I'm going to use a tablecloth. So this is a beautiful tablecloth from Natural Habitat. They create textiles inspired by those made in India. They use natural fibers and they hand print each pattern. This has a beautiful sage green with some kind of white and blue floral pattern. Hopefully you get to see it with this lovely breeze. So because I'm using such a long table, my tablecloth is not going to fit it. So I'm going to casually angle it. Gives a little casual feel, but what's nice is if you have a really large table and you want to use a tablecloth that doesn't fit, that is okay. You can make it work. So I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to continue with my linens. So I have these woven circular placemats with a tan color with a white rim. This is from a company called Indaba. And Indaba actually is a Zulu word meaning a gathering of people, which is perfect for this moment. The table is perfect to gather people. This is where you want to gather your loved ones, friends, and family. They work with various artisans at Indaba around the world. So I wanted to kind of bring a little bit of a contrast of color. You don't have to use placemats. You can use more of a similar color to your tablecloth placemat, whatever works for you. So I'm doing a table setting of 8. I could definitely do more considering the size of my table, but I'm just going to stick with 8. So next I'm going to go with my napkin. You can do a napkin that matches your tablecloth, but I love to use a lot of color and pattern of textiles, so I like to mix and match. This is a beautiful kind of sage green blue pattern with kind of almost a limey green little stitching on it. I just think it's kind of a fun thing to add. So I'm going to add that to my table setting. So I have these plates that I think are so awesome. Everything you see here, by the way, is going to be in our gallery building. I just love this pattern. It's gray. I just love the stripiness of it. I think the more interesting pieces you can include on your table, the better. It's also a great conversation starter, but you can mix and match plateware, glassware even, which I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to place them all down. I have my big plates, and then I'm going to use sort of some shallow bowls. So going back to the napkins, I'm actually going to fold them into a triangle. Easy peasy. And then I'm going to lay them down right on my main plate, and I'm going to point them in the same direction. And then on the other side, put it down the same direction over there. So it's going to look a little opposite on my triangles. And then going back to my bowls, kind of makes your table look a little fancy. Put them right down, right on top. And put down on each place setting. Now, I didn't bring any silverware today, so everybody's gonna eat with their hands. But I just thought that might take a little bit longer. But again, just this pattern is so beautiful. So even though you put your napkin down on the plate, you're still not gonna lose that patterning because you're gonna put the bowl of the same pattern right on top. All right, so now with all of my linens down and my plates down, I'm going to start working on my glassware. You can do one type of glassware, you can do two, you can do three. Sometimes it depends on the event that you're throwing, whether it's just an everyday meal or a party or any kind of gathering. You can do an alcoholic beverage, you can do a fun beverage that could be alcoholic, non-alcoholic, a signature beverage, or water, or all three. So I have a beautiful glass. This is a bee goblet, has a beautiful bee design. I don't know if you can see that. Beautiful bee design on it. This is La Roche. This is a French glass. Very sturdy. I think this is really perfect for a water glass. We have some that have the stems of the goblet with various designs. We have shell. We have a fleur-de-lis in these big glasses. Also, we have some in a smaller goblet or a even smaller glass about this high of various designs. Really beautiful, thick French glass. And then what I'm going to do is also have a wine glass. This is from a company called Rolf Glassware. This is made in the USA. It's a unique cut glass. This particular pattern has all these little stripes. It's called Cyclone. We also have some with little etched sailboats or fish. Really, really beautiful. Just kind of think it gives an extra element, little bit of interest. To add in more to my table. It goes very nicely with my striping of my plate, which I think is kind of fun. Makes it look like on purpose. And then just keep putting down my glassware. So if I'm gonna use a trio of glassware, I'm gonna do it in a triangle. Very Emily Post on the proper way of doing glassware. So if I have an alcoholic beverage, I have a water beverage, and then if I had a specialty drink, maybe I have lemonade at my table. So this is a really fun, beautiful blown glass. It has almost a white plaid pattern to it, which I think is really fun. Kind of picks up the white that's sort of speckled throughout my linen, or even matches the Cyclone wine glass. But this is a really fun piece to add. And it makes everything look really beautiful and interesting, but very, very casual. It doesn't feel overly done, doesn't make anyone feel uncomfortable. You want to have your guests feel as comfortable as possible. You know, these are people that you love and care about. So we're going to continue putting my little glassware bits down. And then we're going to add my plants. So I have a few different ways to going about it. I have a long boxed gardening group. So what I did, which is really great that I'm here at Rogers Gardens, I can walk around and look at these beautiful flowers and plants that we have going on. I wanted to just find pink. I didn't have any particular plant in mind. I just wanted to find something that I was drawn to. So in these planter boxes, just really easy, I lined each box with some floral foil. You can get at any floral supply online is really great. You can use aluminum foil if you want to at home, just to line the box so any kind of dirt and moisture or watering doesn't really affect your box, and it doesn't make it all saggy and moldy or anything like that. You don't want that. So you can reuse this box over and over again. I have rosemary in here for some few examples. Lavender, Moroccan daisy, which I think is really fun and wild. I like having a lot of whimsy to the plants that I have when I work with plants for table settings or any kind of gathering. So I kind of started with my tall Moroccan daisy as a thriller, and then I had some filler with various lavenders and snapdragons. And then I did spillers with rosemary, and I actually included our Caliber Coe, which is our plant of the month. It's really beautiful. This one has like a little bit of yellow in the center. It's really, really fun. So I made 2 of these because my table is so large. So I just have to adjust some of my place settings, which is not unusual. And then put them right down. Really, really fun, super gardeny. And then I'm gonna actually add some lobelia. They're in these beautiful green containers with little knobs on it. We have these available in our gallery. Just to hit that again. So I'm gonna put them down on the center of my table. And then just to really punch that green, I have a gorgeous green glass jar. So I think glass is really great to use on a table setting because it makes things feel really light and airy. Doesn't make anything feel too heavy. So just kind of a fun little centerpiece. And you can just keep adjusting here and there. Nothing has to be perfect. We like using the phrase perfectly imperfect a lot around here, but that's kind of the fun about it. So I have all those pieces in there. And then because I want to keep my gardeny kind of focus, I love, especially on spring tablescapes, I love using real vegetables. If you really wanted to pack that punch with an Easter holiday table, carrots are really great to use, bring that fun orange. So I have, I just went to my local grocery store and got a bunch. This is just one bunch of asparagus, put a little bit of water in it. And the best thing to do when you have, I'm just gonna put it on either side a little bit. What I really like about using vegetables is that you can use them later for dinner. Or you can even include them within your meal at present and you can snack on them. Like carrots are perfect for that. I'm also incorporating strawberries in a smaller version of this pot. Really, really cute. I mean, who doesn't love looking at a cute little strawberry plant? So I'm gonna put these on the ends. And then I'll probably just keep adjusting this the whole time. And then that is my spring tablescape. So what I'm going to do is incorporate just a few little Easter pieces to make it feel a little more Eastery. I'm gonna take this box. So I have these gorgeous green eggs. We also have them available in pink. So just kind of pop, they have that beautiful green little sagey color that goes perfectly with my tablecloth. I'm gonna put 2 big ones on either end. My sweet little strawberry. And then I'm gonna take a smaller one, kind of put it down in the center. And if you really wanted to drive home that veggie, Belgian endive is really beautiful, has a very cool color. Kind of picks up a little different shade of almost a pink. So I know this probably looks like a lot, but why not? You can always retract anything if you like. And then another fun thing, I was gonna use artichoke at the store, but I saw these really cute little cabbages at the grocery store. They have like this beautiful crinkle, super, super cute. So why not use them? Cook it later, add it to a salad. but just like really, really fun. And I have another cutie pie right here. Gonna add it. I have an extra one. Somebody can take it home as a hostess gift. And then this is probably my favorite rabbit that we have is our sage green. We have one that's laying down. We also have one, I know Crystal, our holiday buyer, touched on this in last week's live, but this is our sitting up one. So maybe I won't use the endive today, but keep note for maybe a future table setting. That could be really, really cute. And then I'm gonna add a little lazy one over here. Another little sweet one over here. And you can kind of do the same thing if you have a round table. You don't have to use a box. You can just do one really beautiful arrangement in the front. You can use fresh florals. You can do a whole thing of vegetables. A bowl full of vegetables would be really, really fun, especially for spring. Or you can kind of build your favorite flowers and herbs from the garden and put it into any container. So that is my spring tablescape. And then we're gonna tie it on and have a little cutie pie-ness for Easter. Do we have any questions, Marissa? No, we're great. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me. Please be sure to join Sarah this coming Thursday for her favorite plant of the week. If you missed the beginning of this live, please go to YouTube or Facebook at Rogers Gardens. That is our very own channel. You can also follow us on Pinterest, Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. And be sure to come visit or shop online at our online boutique at rogersgardens.com. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy spring!